Hi, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of TeaLimePie. This is where we read Reddit stories about ghosts and your submitted stories. I myself am not a believer, but Coffee Ghostea, my friend here, is. She is our resident paranormal and ghost expert.
Experts putting a lot of expectations on me. I think I need to upgrade to NASA robotics before I'm believable, but
for those who don't get that joke, go watch our last video.
Watch episode 4.
Oh yeah, we're on episode 5. That's crazy.
Yeah. Pretty soon we'll be at like 100 and we won't know what happened. Anyway.
We'll run out of stories.
Yeah. Our first story today is one that I resonate with. It's called Creepy Old Lady, and I'm feeling like an old lady. So,
like you identify with the creepy old lady?
Maybe not the creepy part.
A creepy old lady in your life.
Just the old lady part I identify with.
I love it.
Starting to get, or I can't like bend over to pick things up. It's hard to get back up. I don't.
I feel that.
I
have to like prepare myself to get down on the ground now.
When it's gonna be a day I just don't come back up. I'm just gonna be there. It's my life now.
I have to give myself a pep talk beforehand. You can do this.
Need somebody to massage my lower back so I can stand back up. Alright, creepy old lady. This is a repeating pattern I've noticed ever since I started living in apartments. Oh, this is happening everywhere, I guess. In my very first apartment in the year 2000, I had just moved away from home and was living with my new husband. There was an elderly woman that lived in the same complex. From our patio, we could see her watering her flowers down to the left of us. After living there for about a year, we heard this huge commotion outside. There was a fire truck, sirens, and we could hear screaming. When we looked outside, we could see the fire department trying to break into the same unit the weird old lady lived in. Okay, we need more context of, like, why is she weird? She's just out there watering her plants.
Watering her flowers.
What a weirdo. What? I just let mine die. I don't... You're supposed to water them?
Same. Well, actually, I had a cactus.
Yeah.
And I killed it dead because I watered it. So.
Oh, no. Shit. She called 911 and had barricaded herself inside the house.
Oh.
They informed her they could not leave until they cleared the apartment. We could hear her screaming, "No, I will not open it. Leave now," over and over. Eventually, the office manager, came down and said she would open it with a key because the firemen were starting to go to the front door with an axe to get inside.
Oh my god. I
can see the leasing manager opening the door and running towards the firemen in quickly. Like panicking, like, no.
Yeah. I don't want to replace a door.
No. Once they were in, they were able to clear the unit quickly. There was no fire, and the old woman refused to give an explanation as to why she called for help and then locked herself inside. Oh. So we kind of just shrugged it off. Yeah, don't be calling for...
That's weird.
Don't be wasting resources like that.
That taxpayer money.
Mm-hmm. We only lived in this apartment for 2 years. In that time, we discovered that the flowers she lovingly cared for on her deck were in deep plastic. Oh no.
So good. That's why she never killed them.
Yeah.
I knew I was doing it right.
She had them in a pot with dirt and wrapped them around a fence, but what we noticed she had Blooms in the middle of winter. I went and walked by her unit and noticed they had been glued in place. They were faded, but she kept the dirt in the pot wet. That's the strat, dude. I'm doing that from now on.
Yeah, right?
Sheesh. When we finally decided to move, we had relatives in and out of the apartment helping load stuff up. My sister-in-law,
I'm assuming that's what that stands for.
asked me who the old lady was outside. Thinking nothing of it, I said, "What old lady?" And we went to take a look. What do you mean? The old woman from the other unit was standing out in the middle of the road. She was wearing nothing but a house dress, barefoot, and messy, unkempt hair. She had a blank stare. I tried not to make anything out of it, mostly just tried to ignore her. People moved in and out of the complex every day, and she had never done this. She wanted to know where we were going and why. I kept my responses short and simple, but she looked concerned, even worried. The last thing I remember is us packing up the last of our furniture just before dark, and she was still standing alone in the middle of the road with that blank stare, watching the moving truck leave. Oh my God. Had nobody driven on the road all day?
Yeah, what the hell?
That's weird.
Just go around her.
I guess.
Watch out for the old lady.
Yeah. Now, I'm not superstitious per se, but for whatever reason, the next few years of our lives were a downward spiral. Relatives dying, losing my job, things like that. Basically, the next 2 years in our next apartment sucked. So we got out of there and moved to our third apartment. Here's where it gets weird. Now it's getting weird. I'm out walking my dog, and way in the distance, I see an old lady in a little house dress.
Oh, no.
She walks out of one of the units and slowly walks into the middle of the road. The whole time, I swear, she sees me and is looking right at me. It actually gave me the chills, and I told myself, this lady is far away on the other side of the tennis courts. No way she can see me. But I was wrong, so I was so weirded out by the fact that there was no one else around in the middle of this nice spring afternoon. I almost turned around and backtracked just to get away, but I told myself I was being paranoid, and again, that there's no way this woman could be looking at me. So we got right up onto the lot and tried behaving as if there wasn't anyone standing alone in the middle of the road and tried to walk around her. And she just starts talking as we are trying to quickly walk away, and she didn't even address us, just, "That's your dog? I haven't seen you. Where do you live?" So I figure this lady is nuts and off her meds. I just started walking faster. I figure maybe she doesn't like dogs. I have had people complain they don't like animals, so I just shrug it off and keep moving. I hear her still talking behind me, and after we had walked well past her, something about dogs. I never got that image out of my head, and even weirder, we go to that park every day and never saw her or anyone matching that description again. Less than a year later, our dog died. Oh. We got sick around the time we saw this creepy old lady. I again lost my job for different reasons, but the timing was the same, and we again had a death in the family. Jeez. Now my question is it possible to see an entity related to bad times coming? Or is the entity something that can cause a curse? I know it sounds ridiculous. It couldn't have been the same old lady, but I can't help but wonder.
So I know that you're the resident paranormal expert, but it's a banshee. Oh. I know this because I watched Supernatural.
I haven't seen that in so long.
It's an old lady that shows up and then someone dies.
Oh.
Yeah, right? That's so weird.
That is crazy. So the first instance of it, though, was it the neighbor lady standing out in the road? Or was it a different... Okay.
No, it was the crazy neighbor lady.
Okay. I remember from the other... Yeah. Huh.
Yeah, there's one here that I agree with. Truthfully, these sound like a series of unrelated events occurring over many years. We often search for meaning in prolonged trauma. Yeah.
Yeah. That is
I agree with that.
She didn't seem to recognize the second lady. She didn't say anything about it being like weird that it looked like their old neighbor or anything, but I'm curious if it was supposed to be, and she just didn't say that.
I have no idea. I don't
Hmm.
know. That's weird though. Like
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking like real life. If there was a lady watching me for hours, just standing in the middle of the road, I feel like I would be concerned and like call someone. And like, this is crazy lady.
Right.
She might be off her meds.
Yeah, for
And
sure.
especially the second one at night. This woman was
Mm-hmm.
standing in the middle of the road at night. That has actually kind of happened to me before. So I was
Oh.
walking to my friend's house after a Christmas party,
Mm-hmm.
and it was late at night, and this woman kept like running into the middle of the road when a car was coming.
Oh.
And yeah, it was weird. She would like scream at the car and like run into the middle of the road. And I called the police because she was
Mm-hmm.
gonna like hurt somebody or herself.
Yeah.
Like, why would you not call the police if an old lady looks lost standing in her nightgown?
Right. Especially, yeah, like the first one, it's right outside the apartment. Nobody in the office, like, saw her and was concerned about their resident. Like, unless they don't have, well, no, they must have had an on site office because that lady was running with the key.
I think this is just creepy.
It is.
Creepy coincidences.
Yeah.
Very good story though.
Mm-hmm.
I liked it.
Yeah, for sure. But that comment is true. Like trying to just find like why are all these things happening at the same time? There's got to be something that caused it. So that's
Yeah.
but I don't know. I'd love to know if this was a month ago, maybe like if it happens a third time and she sees another like old lady in the road somewhere and then more bad shit happens. I'm like, okay.
She loses another job.
Like that would be less like coincidental and more like, okay, what what's happening now? But yeah, very creepy. Creepy old lady indeed.
Yeah,
and
I like the story though. It was a good story.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be an old lady with fake flowers and potted plants.
Oh, I am 100%. Like, I'm not gonna keep real plants. Are you crazy?
No.
I'm gonna pot them and make them fake.
Yeah, exactly.
Then everybody will be like, "Oh my gosh, she's so good at her." I was gonna say pottery, but that's a whole different thing. She's so good at her pottery.
She's got such a green thumb. Oh my god. Which you do anyway, because you're a lime jello monster. So. Hey. But anyway, what do we have next?
This next story is another submission by Altered Entertainment. Again, it is a news article like in the last episode with Mr. NASA.
Mr. NASA.
Super not crazy Mr. NASA.
Yeah, he's way too smart to be crazy.
Yeah, clearly. I'm probably gonna pronounce the item in this story wrong.
Yeah, I don't know.
I apologize.
What
I'm pretty sure it's pronounced Dibbuk.
I've never seen
a Dibbuk box
before.
Yeah, so if I'm saying it wrong, let me know. I apologize. This story is written by Aaron Rasmussen. Not to be confused with Rasputin. I think I'm funny. So this is a story about a haunted object, which is always fun.
Let's go.
And thank God it's not a doll.
Yeah, oh my God. I'd leave right now. I hate dolls.
End recording.
Yeah. Bye.
Okay. A man who purchased a wine cabinet off eBay believes the wooden box, which served as inspiration for the horror film Possession, may be haunted by a malicious spirit called a Dibbuk. In June 2000, I like that it inspired a movie, actually, which is really interesting. So this is a very well-known story, which is really cool. In June 2003, Jason Haxton won an online auction, but when he received the box in the mail, it came with some unexpected consequences.
Oh, yeah. I read it the same way. Not gonna
Okay,
lie.
thank you. The day it arrived, I put my hands on it, and it almost felt like the thing collapsed into a liquid state.
What?
Haxton told My San Antonio. I feel like a knife is coming into my gut. I'm paralyzed in pain. When I go to bed, I have terrible dreams of a hag that seems to come with the box.
Okay.
Haxton, 63, said he first heard about the box from a colleague whose roommate had it listed for sale after bizarre experiences, including hair loss and smelling bad odors, which he associated with a Dibbuk.
So he was experiencing hair loss.
No, this is the person who sold it. So the person he bought it from was selling it because they were having bizarre experiences, including hair loss and bad odors.
Gotcha. Okay.
The box's owner put it on eBay under the title Dibbuk Haunted Jewish Wine Cabinet Box. Referencing an evil spirit in Jewish folklore, believed to be a dislocated soul of a dead person that possesses the living.
I love different, like, community, like, folklore stuff like this. Like, hearing about different ghosts. I've never heard about this one before, but I love hearing, like, new ones.
Super off topic. Well, kind of off topic. This is why I really liked Phasmophobia. Because it has so many different ghosts I'd never heard of before. And it was just because they were in other cultures.
And you get to read about them and stuff. It's cool.
Yeah. According to the listing, the person selling the piece had purchased it in September 2001 at an Oregon estate sale of a Holocaust survivor who passed away at 103 years old.
Whoa.
Good Lord.
That's wild.
The list, yeah, I don't know if I would want to live that long.
No, definitely not.
The woman's granddaughter, the listing noted, told the person who bought the box at the sale that growing up, she recalled it was always shut, set it in a place that was out of reach. And the grandmother said it was never, ever to be opened.
Well, I'm gonna open it.
So let's open it. Let's sell it. Haxton paid $280 for the box, which instead of wine contained a goblet, 2 locks of hair tied with string, pennies from the 1920s, dried rosebuds, a cast iron candlestick holder, and a granite statue engraved with the gilded Hebrew letters.
Everything would have been like maybe normal except for the hair.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Like maybe this was just like a storage thing and she didn't want you touching her candlestick.
Yeah. The hair would throw me off.
Yeah. Haxton said he didn't believe in the stories associated with the box since he was too science-based.
Oh,
he was
another
also
one of these.
a NASA expert engineer.
Oh my god.
He then began experiencing what he called a tidal wave of bad luck. All I know is I got this thing and I got very ill. I don't know what happened. I still don't know, he said. Haxton noted all his problems vanished when he followed a rabbi's advice to place the wine crate in a gold-lined wooden container to negate whatever spirit was haunting it.
Did he have to buy this gold-lined container himself, or was it at like the church?
Where do you buy something like that?
I don't know.
He went on eBay again.
This gold-lined crate was from a pharaoh in Egypt.
The person that sold him the box was like, "Oh, my bad. This was supposed to come with it."
Yeah, forgot this very important piece of this object.
Oh my gosh. He now keeps the cabinet safe inside a military grade case, which he buried.
What?
Thousands of people are begging to take it off my hands at any price, but it's not ethical for me to sell it. It's not for sale, he told My San Antonio. Still, there's one person who refuses to accept the Dibbuk box. His mother, Rhea Haxton. He keeps telling me that he's gonna give it to me for my birthday. And I keep telling him I don't want it. I've got enough problems. That's so real. Oh my god.
It's not for
Same,
sale.
lady.
I don't need $1 million. I'm giving it to my mom for her birthday.
Here, Mom, have some bad luck.
Oh my god.
That's so good.
What the hell?
I love it. This is super. I like supposed haunted objects.
Yeah.
I don't know why I find it way more compelling than haunted people.
Yeah, it's. I feel like objects just have more interesting history, I guess. And
Yeah, maybe that's what it is.
yeah. The fact that is the military grade case also lined with gold?
With gold. Where did he get this much gold also?
I don't know.
And it doesn't have to be like, could it just be like a couple of gold flakes? Like, you know how
Yeah.
you can go to the store, like the craft store, and buy those sheets of like gold flake?
Yeah, maybe. Just glue a couple of those, you're set.
Yeah.
That's a good question.
I kind of want to watch this movie that it's
Yeah.
Possession. We should put that on our to watch list.
Heck yeah, let's do it.
I think that was a really cool story, though. I liked it.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of like we've had a couple of good like genuine stories, ghost stories.
Yeah. I'm just still laughing at him saying, I'm too science-based to believe all these things.
Wait. He's 63.
Mm-hmm.
How old is his mother?
Oh,
I guess 63 is not that old now that I think about
90s, I guess.
it. Yeah.
Your mom,
63 is not that old. I'm sorry to everybody who's in their 60s listening to this.
That's how old
I
my
gotta
mom
keep
and dad
remembering
are.
I'm not in my 20s.
Oh my god, I was watching a show the other day and they were showing like the ages of the people on the reality show, and I'm like, they were like 32, 33. I'm like, wow, these people are so much older than I am. And then I was like, wait a second. No, they're not.
Yeah. What really gets me is when I watch a show and like they've got their life together.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, I want to be that person when I grow up. And then I realize they're like 20.
Wait.
I'm like, shit.
That's not fair.
Missed my boat 10 years ago.
Yeah. For real. Jeez.
This is a cool story. I want a haunted object.
Yeah?
That's why I collect like taxidermy bugs. There's something really cool about creepy objects.
Yeah. Okay.
Minus dolls.
So what's the difference with a Ouija board?
Oh, good question. I have no idea. It's it's my mother in the back of my head going, "Don't touch the Ouija board."
Fair enough.
I never thought about that though.
I love haunted objects, but fuck Ouija boards.
Fuck Ouija boards. Anything but a Ouija board.
And dolls. I think dolls are just creepy because of the like human face aspect of it. It just feels like it's watching you. If it was just like, well, I don't know, mannequins are kind of creepy too. It's like, maybe if it didn't have a like face on it, I'm like, nah, I think that'd be even creepier if it was just a head with like no features on it.
All right, let's get into the last story of the day. It's called "I Saw Hooded Figures Sat Around My Dining Table."
Let's go. It's just
hi all.
13 from Kingdom Hearts.
in in their chairs. Like suddenly your chairs have grown like 20 feet around your dining table. All right. Hi, all. I posted this about 5 years ago on another subreddit, so I thought I'd share it here to see what y'all think. When I was about 12 or 13, I was going through a period of sleepwalking quite a lot. Sometimes I would remember bits, but sometimes my mom or sister would tell me they saw me walking around in the night and brought me back to bed. This one particular occasion, I woke up on our sofa downstairs in complete darkness. After going to sleep in my bed upstairs, you can imagine my confusion. My lounge area also connects to the dining room. And as I sat up and looked around, I could just see what looked like people sat at the table. I just remember freezing. At this point, I felt absolutely terrified. For some reason, I eventually stood up and started walking towards the dining room to get a better look. I genuinely have no idea why I did this or why I felt drawn towards it. As I got closer, I could see figures sat around the table on each chair wearing long black cloaks with hoods pulled over their heads. Their faces were completely black, kind of like ring wraiths in Lord of the Rings.
Let's go.
Of course you picked this story. It has Lord of the Rings in
I
it.
didn't even read it. I had no idea. Hell yeah.
I just stood there staring at them, and then one of them slowly turned their head to look directly at me. This was, yeah, don't like that. This was a bit much for me as I ran as fast as I could up the stairs, shouting for my mom and saying people were downstairs. When we came downstairs together a few minutes later, turned on the lights, nobody was there. I've told this story a lot, but nobody has any answers. I don't think it can be answered, to be honest. I'm not sure if they were some type of spirits, but I also appreciate I could have still been in a dream state and projecting my dreams into reality. As I've gotten older, I've also read a lot more about the possibility of alternate universes. Well, that's a bit of a stretch.
Yeah.
Is this another possibility, I suppose? Either way, it's bloody scary. Thanks for reading. I'll welcome your thoughts on this.
Yeah, the sleepwalking part is yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah, no, she was dreaming for sure. 100%. That would be horrifying though.
Oh yeah. If it turned its head and just started screaming.
Ugh. Maybe she watched The Lord of the Rings before going to bed that night.
Maybe. That would be really creepy though.
Yeah.
The alternate universes is, yeah, it's like whoa.
I'm gonna play devil advocate for a second. It sounds like she walked in on a cult.
Oh yeah.
Like some kind of seance thing, and like maybe they were projecting from where they were.
Yeah.
I wonder if she had any like weird experiences after.
Oh. Yeah, that could be. Or mom and dad just have a cult friends that they forgot were coming over on Thursday. And
they pulled out the Ouija board.
Yeah. Like, shit, you weren't supposed to be here. Go. Yeah, maybe. That'd be crazy.
Yeah, it's good stuff. All right. I think that's it for today. There are no comments or any updates or anything on this. It's pretty much chalked up to, believing that it was wakeful sleeping or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
So yeah, we had some good stories though. Like there was some interesting stuff
Yeah.
in these 3 stories tonight.
For sure.
Yeah. Well, thank you everybody for listening and watching. If you like our content, don't forget to subscribe and like the video. You can also follow us individually over on Twitch. We're both streamers over there. We will be posting more of these videos every 2 weeks. And if you would like us to read your stories, post them in the comments down below and let us know what's going on in your ghosty life.
Your ghosty life. All right.
Good night, everyone.
Sleep tight.